Welcome back from that focus on the economy where we looked at rebasing the nation's GDP, which was last done some decades ago. All right, right now we're switching lanes, staying with the telecom issue, but now we have a different set of people here to talk about telecommunications and indeed operations in Lagos. The telecom operators and the Lagos state government appear to be on a warpath over what the state describes as partial disclosure of the number of telecoms masts being used by them, that's the operators within the state. The state government has therefore threatened to impose a fresh sanction in the form of fines on all errant telecom operators over their refusal to submit this accurate list of such assets. Now, who is handling this unit? Who's handling this? And who is enforcing this? That's the Urban Furniture Regulatory Unit, UFRU, you could say UFRU, is the agency responsible for the supervision of all installed infrastructure in the state, including telecoms masts. You walk around, you see them. There was a time they were practically on every street, but somehow they seem to be reducing in number. I don't know, you tell us. But they are here today to talk about it. Mr. Joe Igbokwe, he's the General Manager of the Urban Furniture Regulatory Unit. Thank you for coming.
Good morning.
But on the other side is Chief Diolu Ogunbanjo, National President, National Association of Telecom Subscribers.
Good morning.
Let me begin with, should I begin with you? Okay, let me come in. What exactly what challenge are you having with telecom operators?
It's been a long history. Since I assumed office in 2005, we've been having a running battle with the operators.
Since 2005?
2005. And whether to regulate or not to regulate. About a few weeks back, we just signed an agreement. After a series of discussions, meetings, and we just decided to work together because I've seen accidents happen, people have died, property destroyed, and we said, look, we can't continue to live like this. That we need to regulate you. To the operators, to them, it's that Lagos State government is looking for money. But we said, look, our own is life. Life is important to us. If somebody dies as a result of accident, the money that we talk about won't mean anything to anybody. But at the end of the day, we agreed.
When you say,
and we signed.
If I may come in, just before we go talk about the agreement, when you say regulate, what exactly are you talking about? Is it the number of masts or where they are positioned or
yes,
materials used?
Part of it, materials used. Where you put them. How do you maintain them? Do you have to use 4 where you're supposed to use 1? Must all of you be building one everywhere? Look at our skyline, It's just to regulate. To make sure these things are done orderly. Taking into consideration matters of safety, of lives and property. But to them, Lagos State government is looking for money. That's why they didn't drag from 2005 till we arrived at a conclusion on an agreement just a few weeks back. And after signing the agreement, between Lagos State government and the telecom operators, Alton, Association of Licensed Telecom Operators of Nigeria, when I asked them to submit a list of their structures, the big telecom operators, I'm talking about MTN, Glo, Airtel, Etisalat, so few Swift networks, some very big internet operators, For the banks, insurance companies, hospitals, oil companies, they use the smaller users of masts. They use locally made masts, and that one it's very dangerous. Many of them have collapsed in the past and killed people, destroyed property, and we have record of. We've been calling press conferences, and we always show them the photographs of these events. We've asked them to evacuate. We've set a new standard for them that you must move away from using hollow pipes to galvanized steel pipes. And it's not just one straight line like this. It has to have a base, if you have to, pyramid, just like a pyramid. not more than 50 meters.
Okay.
That's where we're in. So as I speak to you now, all these small users are beginning to rebuild, to change, not to be complete evacuation. Because you know why we're saying that? We live in a coastal area. And don't forget about the climate change. It doesn't give signals, it doesn't give signs, they just come. And Lagos, you cannot rule that out in Lagos, that windstorm can come, rainstorm can come. You cannot even over tremor, even earthquake, you cannot even overrule that. So we have to prepare ourselves in case this is some, and that's why we're telling them to evacuate. We gave them up to December 31 last year, from September, up to December 31 last year. They failed. From that December 31, last week again, we gave them another 1 month to begin the process of changing these structures. Governor was the first to remove his own, decommission his own, and commissioned another one. And in Alausa, we have been able to, ask the ministries that are using
to by example.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
but Mr. Chibukupanjo, you are not a telecoms operator.
No.
So what's your concern?
Thank you. My concern really is all these efforts of government in making money and in regulating, because let me also...
Yeah, said it's not about the money.
Sorry. It is all about both money and regulations. Okay. Take, for instance, in 2005, how much was a mast, costing? 20,000 naira. Today, from 2005 to 2014, I'm sure Mr. Igbokwe was initially looking at 3 million per mast, and then there was a hue and cry, maybe, I don't know how much it is now. So it's all about money for government and regulations. Now, with money being there, of course, it affects the subscribers because they will also want to take it out on the subscribers. Take, for instance, initially, right of way used to be 2,000 per kilometer. Yes, only a few weeks back, they now reduced it to 500 naira, sorry, per meter. So meaning that for 100 meters, you are looking at 500 times 100 meters. So not to talk of a kilometer, which is 1,000. That means 500,000 per kilometer. Look at the whole length and breadth of what they are going to do. So I won't agree with Mr. Igbokwe that it is not about money. It's both money to make money. In fact, that is 80% of the intention of UFRU, and then maybe 20% regulations. And again, give it to the telecom operators. All the ones that have been pulling down, that have been pulled down through storms and all that, they have for instance, Engineer Gbenga Adebayo said, no one belonged to telecom operators. Maybe other users, maybe banks and all that, or insurance and all that. Engineer Adebayo had that is the chairman of Alton, had consistently said that, look, for us, tell us where, even if it is one, he's consistently denied that it affected telecom operators. So, well, regulation, yes, the government. However, again, regulation, there is NESREA, there is NCC, which belongs to federal level. Ministry of the Environment at federal level, urban and physical planning and environment also at state levels. Again, you are also looking at all these operators, governments that give, that outsource a lot of, revenue to outsource a collection of revenue from telecom masts. A lot, So it's all about money making and a bit of regulation.
I was going to say
he's not getting it.
He's not getting it.
But nobody has paid government one call.
But wait,
since 2001.
How much is it per mast?
Mr. Ebuke, did you fix a cost for Masts? Did you fix 3 million per mast?
If you have to, if you want to look at it, it's talked about mast, but it has not differentiated.
No, but wait, hold on.
Let's
Let's go back.
masts,
Let's step back.
that are also TARs.
Let's step back a bit. You said it's not about money, but he has said it's all about the money.
That's his own, a figment of his own imagination.
Okay. Did you fix any cost for a mast?
Well, we have agreed. We have agreed.
You fixed a cost before.
No, we've been negotiating. You have to start from
So a
somewhere.
cost was fixed.
No, we have arrived. Both the operators and the government have said this is where we must be.
What was
all
it before?
For all the,
Because now it's not
nobody
like
has, we have not been regulating anybody. None of the operators has paid anything since 2001 to anybody, except the few ones that they just did. That's after the signing of the agreement.
they just paid
Yes,
now.
they just paid
So how much are
some
they
money.
paying per mast?
Well, for those that they have built since 2001, we call it as built, 600,000.
600.
Yes.
Not 3 million, as he said.
He's lost. He's not been following things. Then the new ones, if you want to build new one, it's about 850.
So why are you charging them for this? This is not
850
the
for
cost
the
of
new
building
ones.
the mast.
This is the cost of the permit to build on land, just like you go to take permit to build your house. Have you been close to this structure? You have one here. I'm sure Ogun State will come and ask you to you have one here. So you know what it costs you to put this one. And you know what's going to happen when you don't take care of it. And, sometimes when you talk about regulation, people think, like you said, it's 80% driven by money. It's not true. It is not true. It's all about life. If to them, it's all about money. But to us, it's all about life. And it's there.
So
nobody's going to stop them from believing what they want to believe. Nobody's going to stop us from believing what we want to believe. But at the end of the day, we will say
So why are
it.
you fixing a cost to it if it's not about the money but all about life? Why are you fixing a cost to getting the permit?
There's a price to pay for something. There's a price to
From
pay for something.
20,000
Where
to
you are going
850.
to where you are going to put it. If you have to pick a permit to build your house, you have to pick a permit to put such a big structure anywhere in Lagos. It's not business.
Okay, what about the right of way? 500 per
500
meter.
naira per meter.
So you were taking like
it used to be 3,000 before per meter. But again, you'll be looking at the cost, but you won't see the damage. I have been there since 2006.
Aren't you
We think of
bothered?
it, I'm coming. Since 2006, when I started giving permit for you to lay fibers. And if I tell you the damage it has done to roads and drains in Lagos, you won't believe it. The moment you cut roads, things will never be the same again. You will create traffic problem. You will create all kinds of problems, flood problem, And if you fix it, it will never be the same again. Well, government said, okay, we need these structures. This used to be 3,000 before. We need these structures. We need to make Lagos a smart city. Let them deploy these things. Let them deploy these things. But you have to reinstate properly. If it was Julius Berger that did that road, you have to get Julius Berger to come and fix it if you are cutting.